never try, work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Chicago Bears and the London Black Knights. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go!
Check, 55 to Mike. Tighten up. 14. Fair. Alert flare. Tight dog. Hold. Watch out.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Hold. Check right. Watch 55. Off. Watch the slant. Mike 55. Mike 55.
On third down, Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun, Emery. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
From the gun on third down, Emery. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 5-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check girls, check 12.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world. You gonna take
Wilson from his end zone on 3rd and long. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. .36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready? 49's a month. 49's a month. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Emery. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st down, Emery. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he's going to go down again. Quentin Williams. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. From the gun, Emery. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
They begin with a run by Penny. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Bang out, bam. He's not going to get me. One fluff.
They keep it with Penny on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
58, right there. Here we go. 25. 58's the money. 58's the money. Bound to lose one. Whip. Watch the whip.
Throwing on second down. Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. O'Shane Zimenez leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
You gotta go, in and out. Let's go. He's crashing. He's checking it out.
On third down, Penny. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Emery. That is caught by Cohen. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And tough sledding. They'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. Emery. Quick hitter here. It's complete. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. But it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again. Emery. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Brings up third down.
The Bears on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The kick by Sanders is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check out, read.
Hey, 0-0-0.
Check.
We're up for signal. Hayward.
55's mine, guys. 55. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Check.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. No chance.
Run left.
Rush in.
Now Wilson on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. On the return is Cohen. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Bears take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach is talking.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Watch the 12. Watch the screen. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Complete to tight end Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Bring it.
19.
Check.
36 power.
Fresno. Short. 55.
Go, 14.
56. Come on. Match.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
All day, dog. Hey, alert 3.
25. 14.
On second down, here's Penny. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Slam.
25.
Play action. It's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check. Lucky. Under 10. 10. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Zebra.
It's free. He's coming, double up.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 40 now on second down. Wilson, he gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Good job right there.
Watch the run. Sponge.
Run left.
Penny, a first down carry. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5. Here we go.
Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Here's Wilson to throw. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Forced out of bounds and sacked by O'Shea Zimenez. He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Rip right.
Left hash. 36 power.
55's Mike, guys. 55. Neutral. They're running.
Good guys. 4 down.
Here's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he's into the clear. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 35. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Right here. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Right there, 55. Come, baby. Woo! Hustle. 55, Mike 55.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Ready. 60 or. Go. Get.
To throw on third down. Emery looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Returning it is Moore. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. On 2nd and 1, Wilson. That's caught by Pennick. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
Hey, alert. 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
To try again after the sack. Wilson, Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and it's third down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
14, run it.
Hatch it. Joker. Check three.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown! Gary Jennings, 50 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2. And before they can get the play off, here's a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball. That's their first of this second half. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
You play to win. Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up. Oh, Cohen lost the football. It's going the other way. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Alert 3. Ball trot. 55. Mike 55.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. It's Kelsey on the ground. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Rashad Penny. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Hey, 0. Wahoo.
55. Hey, eat. It's a part of that.
On third down, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 15. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. Welcome back now here in London. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Go now.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now, listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. And you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, Emery. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
65.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. 27 yards there, a first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson on the move to his left. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Mike, look the team. Mike. Watch the twist.
Watch twist.
They hand off to their big tight end. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Emery. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
On the ready.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Let's go, D. Switch. 64.
On 2nd down now. It's Cohen, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw. Emery. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Cohen. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's third down.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Ricky.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't stand. Taking a knee, and guess what? The visitors came in and got it done. Wild card round, first step on their way trying to get to the Super Bowl.
First step indeed. They're underdogs. We'll see if they can continue to make some noise in the playoffs, but a good first step. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. They said beginning